I understand you know that athletes today are paid astronomical amounts, but did you also know that in 1927, a single boxing match made history by handing the first ever $1 million paycheck to one man? And here's the kicker. It wasn't just about the money, it was about redefining sports as we know them. Let me take you back to the roaring 20s and the fight that shook the world. Welcome to the Untold angle. Picture this. It's 1927. Flappers are dancing to jazz, prohibition is fueling underground speakeasies, and the world is buzzing with excitement. But on the night of September 22nd, all eyes were glued to Chicago's Soldier Field. The air crackled with anticipation as 104,000 fans, yes, over 100,000, crowded in to watch a rematch between two giants of the boxing world, Tunney and Jack Dempsey. What's so special about this fight, you ask? Well, for one, it was the first sporting event in history to pay an athlete $1 million. Adjusted for inflation, that's close to $17 million today. But money aside, this wasn't just a fight. It was a spectacle, a cultural phenomenon that marked the dawn of modern sports entertainment. Who were these giants? Let's meet our contenders. First, there's Jack Dempsey, known as the Manasseh Mauler. He was boxing's ultimate brawler, fearless, ferocious, and a reigning champion for 7 years. Fans loved him because he embodied the grit of post-World War I America. And then there's Tunney, a very different beast. Tunney was a strategic fighter, a thinker in the ring, often called the Fighting Marine. While Dempsey relied on brute force, Tunney relied on brains. People doubted him at first, calling him boring and too cautious, but he proved them wrong by outsmarting Dempsey in their first fight in 1926. Now let's talk about why this fight was groundbreaking. For starters, Tunney's paycheck of $1 million was unheard of. Back then, most people didn't even make $2,000 a year. For context, this was a time when a loaf of bread cost 9 cents, and the average house cost $7,000. $1 million wasn't just life-changing, it was like winning the lottery 100 times over. The hype around the fight was electric. Newspaper headlines screamed about it for weeks. Radio stations covered it like a presidential election. And here's the twist. Many fans weren't tuning in just for the sport. They wanted to see if Dempsey, the crowd favorite, could reclaim his title and silence Tunney for good. The fight didn't disappoint. It went down in boxing history for one infamous reason, the long count. Let me paint the picture for you. In the 7th round, Dempsey landed a brutal combination that sent Tunney crashing to the mat. The crowd went wild thinking it was over. But here's the catch. Dempsey forgot about the new rule requiring him to retreat to a neutral corner before the referee could start the count. So, while Dempsey lingered near Tunney, precious seconds ticked by. When the referee finally started counting, Tunney had enough time to recover. He got up at the count of 9 and went on to dominate the rest of the fight. Imagine the controversy. Fans argued for years. Did Tunney win fair and square, or did the delay rob Dempsey of his rightful victory? Tunney retired after the fight, undefeated as a champion, and took his $1 million check straight to the bank. But the real winner? Sports itself. This fight marked the beginning of the modern sports era, where athletes became celebrities and events became global spectacles. It showed that sports could generate massive revenue, not just from ticket sales, but from media coverage, endorsements, and the sheer drama of it all. And get this, Tunney wasn't just about the money. He used his fame to promote education and became a successful businessman. Meanwhile, Dempsey went on to open his iconic restaurant in New York City, becoming a beloved figure outside the ring. So why should you care about a 1927 boxing match? Because it was a turning point. Every time you see an athlete sign a $1 million endorsement deal or an event like the Super Bowl break revenue records, it's because of pioneers like Tunney and Jack Dempsey. They proved that sports could be more than just a game. They could be a spectacle that captivates millions, shapes culture, and even changes the way we see the world. And let's be real, the drama of the long count makes today's instant replays look tame by comparison. Here's the thing. Sports today owe a lot to that 1927 fight. It wasn't just about punches and paychecks, it was about breaking barriers and redefining what's possible. So, the next time you see a headline about a $100 million athlete contract or a sold-out stadium event, remember the legacy of Tunney and Jack Dempsey. the men who turned a boxing ring into a stage for history. Thanks for sticking around for this knockout story. If you enjoyed learning about the fight that changed sports forever, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Untold Angle, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into the stories you didn't know you needed. Got a favorite sports moment or historical twist? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep exploring those untold angles of life. See you in the next video.